All right, so here we are. Run Barbados 2022 is happening. The runners are on their way. They're on their way in the 10K run, the 5K run, and also, Mariah, the walkers, the walking enthusiasts have long been on their way in the 5K walk. A lot of people here, a lot of vibes, a lot of excitement.
Yeah, I have to say the turnout, George, is massive. From early, people got here, they got settled, of course, put up their areas, came with their families. So I think we're in for a treat. I love the atmosphere here in Barbados, and not to forget the beautiful scenery behind us.
Excellent. And so the various races today, well, today we're only having the 5K, two 5Ks, the 5K walk, the 5K run, and the 10K run. Tomorrow, of course, you have the half marathon and the marathon. But participants, Mariah, as young as 10 years old in the various events, it really is an international event. It's a family event. Barbadians have come out and have made this thing look good.
Yeah, and speaking about international event, we have people from all around the world. Of course, it's not only limited to locals here in Barbados. So many different people taking part in the race. The young ones starting at a very tender age. So I'm expecting to see some Usain Bolts and whatnot.
The marathon is way out of Bolt's league, but if you're saying a Bolt of the marathon, I'll take that.
Yeah, the Bolt of the marathon.
The fact is that this race is taking place, as we've told you in our preview, along Barbados' scenic east coast. We'll be telling you all about the various stops on the marathon, or on the race journey, Joe's River, talking about Round Rock, a huge landmark on the east coast, and of course the sand dunes as well. A lot to look forward to, and I'm really excited to be part of this event as SportsMax makes history, sponsoring the title sponsors of the Run Barbados Marathon 2022.
Yeah, very, very happy to be a part of this as well. And as we said, a lot of vibes. It's a family event. It's a family affair, George. You see a lot of parents come out to support their children, husbands supporting their wives, and just, good vibes coming here from Barbados as we get ready for the other event.
All right, the competitors are well on their way, and let's go now to the actual competition. The part I love the most are talking about the races as they pan out.
Cheer them on, people, cheer them on. People are coming in. Show them some love. They're working hard, show them some love. Check. Yeah, people, show them some love. Runners coming in fast and furious. Here comes the lead. Show them some love, people. Show them some support. Yes, the runner's going to be coming down on your left, going up, turning, and then coming back down to pass under the arch. Look at that sprint to the finish. So congrats to Finn Armstrong, the winner of the 5K men. Apologies for not having a tape ready, Finn, but fantastic job. Finn Armstrong, the winner of the 5K 10, 5K race. Here comes the first female in the 5K. Oh my God! First female coming in. Show them some love. Show them some love. Here she comes. Bring it in. Yes.
Yes, man! Let's go! Oh my God! That's my wife!
SportsMax's coverage of the Run Barbados Marathon weekend has started already, and the commentary kicks in now. My name is George Davis. I'm working alongside one of the outstanding daughters of Barbados, the gem of the Caribbean. She certainly is a gem. Her name, Chelsea Tuak. She is only the best surfer on the island, one of the very best in the North American region, ranked third in the region at this moment. And for years now, she's been killing it where surfing competitions internationally have been concerned. Good afternoon, Chelsea. Welcome to the broadcast.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me. Happy to be here.
Excellent. All right, so we are well underway in the 5K and the 10K. There's a 5K walk that started early, but there's a 5K run, a serious stuff of the 5K run, and the 10K run, which is underway. We were impressed just now, Chelsea, by an 11-year-old. We saw Layla McIntyre wearing bib number 5004, who did also well, or was doing also well in the 5K.
She was doing great. She looked like she had great stamina, and I just couldn't believe how small she was compared to all the other runners. So I'm happy to see everybody out here running. I love this part of the island. I have to tell you, this East Coast Road is where I probably spend the most time, even though I live on the south. The surfing is the best on this side, and it feels like my home.
Excellent. And the East Coast Road, that's what the locals call it. So if you're looking for it on a map, you would see what, Bourne Highway is what you'll see?
Yes, Bourne Highway. And although to the locals, we just call it the East Coast Road. Easy, so East Coast Road, and we're in front Cattle Wash. That's where we're running. And just across the hill is Bashaba, where we have the famous soup bowl. That's where I do most of my surfing.
Excellent. All right, Mariah Ramarak is outdoors. She is doing the bit where she interviews the winners, and she has the winner of the 5K. Mariah, over to you.
All right, congratulations. With me, I have Christian Armstrong. He is the winner of the 5K. Yeah, talk to me about that experience. You're still, of course, breathing very heavily.
Going into the race, I knew my legs were dead because I did a swim meet this whole week. So I've been swimming races since Tuesday. But I wanted to go out in a personal best time. But my legs were not feeling it today. So I slowed down a considerable amount, and it still was good. I'm not happy with my time, but still managed to win and beat my teammate, which according to him is the first time I ever beat him in a 5K.
But is that true? You said according to him, according to you.
According to me, I beat him on a 5K that was not on road, but he says that doesn't count.
Yeah, well, talk to me about just, how it feels to be able to win the 5K, and will you be competing in any other competitions before the end of today?
No, I'm not doing any more by the end of today. I might do the 3K tomorrow morning, depending on how I feel, because tomorrow I have to swim 800 meters on a 50.
Okay.
So I have races in the evening. So I might do it tomorrow, but today definitely nothing. I'm going to go sit down for a good while.
All right, well, thank you so much. Congratulations. We're going to head back across to race action.
Thank you. Have a great day. I saw you come.
All right, Mariah. So Finn Armstrong there with the win, Chelsea. He's only 16 years old. He entered in the male under 24 category. He is Barbadian. You can tell by the accent. A fantastic accomplishment for a 16-year-old to beat this field.
Incredible to be so young and so fit, and he didn't even look too gassed when he was chatting. It looked like it was a breeze for him. So that's awesome. Great representation for Barbados as well.
And of course, with the swimming, with his swimming, well, I can't even say background. With his deep interest in swimming, he talks about an 800-meter swim that he has to do tomorrow. Clearly, he has tremendous anaerobic capacity. So at distances like these should be right up his street as we catch a shot of him. Tall fellow walking across with his water in hand.
Amazing to see. Wow.
Yep. So Finn Armstrong, 16 years old, your 5K winner, the Run Barbados Marathon Series for 2022. So we're looking. So again, we have two competitions going active. Well, three. We have a 5K walk that began earlier, the earliest of the events on track. Then we had the 5K run, and we had the 10K run. For those of you who would want some perspective insofar as what kilometers to miles the conversion is, 5 kilometers is 3.1 miles, 10 kilometers is 6.2 miles, you double the 5K. A half marathon is 21.09 kilometers or 13.1 miles, because a marathon is 26.2 miles. The first marathon ran in ancient Greece by Phidippides. He collapsed and died after delivering a message from Marathon to the next town, and that's how it became known as the marathon, to honor Phidippides' deeds. And 26.2 miles is what he ran that day. 26.2 miles is equivalent to 42.195 kilometers. Now, Barbados isn't a big country, Chelsea, but it's big on talent and it's big on the warmth of the people, and it certainly is a big tourist destination for events, especially because of events like these.
Yes, incredible. We see a lot of international persons actually competing today. Before the race started, I was walking around and I could hear all the different accents and everyone was quite excited. And a few actually hadn't been to the East Coast yet before the run, and they were commenting on how beautiful it is, how nice. What I personally love is the East Coast breeze, we call it, the nice trade winds and the breeze that we get down here. So I think the runners are probably pretty thankful for a bit of that right now. And yes, it's great to see everybody coming together for events like these, and just to see more action happening on the East Coast, because it is a bit more quiet, a bit more rugged, and a little bit more remote than you say the South Coast, where all the life is. But we really have some gems here and some beautiful scenic roads and points and even beautiful restaurants as well. So it's great to see more people coming down here and enjoying, how beautiful our East Coast really is.
Yeah, this shot that we're seeing, this yellow building, this is right across from our commentary position. It houses a lounge, a restaurant, and across from it is the Barclays Picnic Park, which is a cracking place to break out the sandwiches with family and friends, Chelsea.
Yes, one of our best picnic spots on the islands. You could see how covered it is with the trees, so it's always a beautiful place to come with the family, your friends, and has room for everyone, It's and especially around Christmas, when everyone's around for Christmas, after Christmas Day, Boxing Day, you see a lot of people down here enjoying the water and enjoying the breeze.
All right, as we look at competitor 5036, I'll tell you in a jiffy that 5036, that's Debbie Nichols. She is 53 years old and she is cracking it in the 5K. Beyond the fact that Debbie is 53, let's look at 207. 207 is going in the 10K. Our lady here who just pulled up just for a bit, 2017. That is Terry Hunt. She is from St. Lucia. She's 45 years old, and Terry is doing well in the 10K. As far as the 5K is concerned, Chelsea, the start list, it started with one 7-year-old and two 8-year-olds in the field.
Wow.
There were also 7 11-year-olds, one 10-year-old, and a 12-year-old. So people who had not yet reached adolescence, that group very well represented, and the youngest of them all, a 7-year-old, starting in the 5K.
Unbelievable. I can't imagine it myself, but I am cheering for them, that's for sure.
Yeah, where the 10K is concerned, there are 4 teenagers. There's a 13-year-old, a 15-year-old, a 16-year-old, and an 18-year-old, and there are 5 in the 10K who are 70 and older. In fact, the 13-year-old in the 10K is Charles Bertrand. He's from Barbados, born in 2009. The 18-year-old is Adam Marshall. He's also from Barbados. Then the 16-year-old is Denisha Ford, Barbadian as well. And the 15-year-old, another Barbadian, Abigail Morjani. And she rounds out the list of teenagers in the 10K. For the I don't want to call them oldsters, Chelsea. We have. I
was going to ask what the span was, because that tells you that it's never too early to start, and now I guess it's never too late to start. So what do we have?
What do we have? We have Nick Doran, who's 71 years old. He's Barbadian. We have a 72-year-old, the oldest in the field, Chelsea. His name is John Caniff, and he is from France, a Frenchman, John Caniff, at 72 years old, born in 1950. We weren't even ideas yet, Chelsea.
That is fantastic. Very inspiring.
Yep, Pat Brightman, she is 70 years old. She's a Barbadian. She's in this field, born in 1952. Pat Brightman, vest number 2016. Hope we can get a shot of her. Then the joint oldest is Clement Jubraj Singh. He is from Trinidad and Tobago.
Yes.
Trini, at 72 years old, Clement Jubraj Singh is the joint oldest in the field, along with Winston Stewart. So there are 3 72-year-olds in the field. Winston Stewart is also from Trinidad and Tobago. Yeah.
Representing.
So 5 persons 70 and older, and then 4 teenagers in the 10K field. Truly an event for everybody.
Absolutely. Well, I hope we get a shot of them, see how they finish. But Everyone seems to be doing really, really well. It's a perfect afternoon on the East Coast as well. You can't ask for anything more than this. It's nice and breezy. It's not raining. It's really perfect conditions. So I'm really happy for the runners.
Well, tell us some more about the course now, Chelsea, because when you are running beyond the start point at the Barclays Picnic Park and you go in a northerly direction, which community are you likely to hit next after you pass the picnic park?
Well, I think when they start the race, they go south about 2 kilometers to the Bay House or along the East Coast Road, and that gives them more of a shot of Cattle Wash. And when they turn around and come north, I believe the 5K stop around Chalky Mount and turn around. And Chalky Mount is actually one of the best places to hike in Barbados.
Yes.
And I've gone up there. I think that's probably the hike I do the most.
Yes.
It's probably one of the easier ones, so that's why it's for me. But the reason why I love it and my family does it so often is that when you get to the top, you actually have what we call the window to the East Coast. Right in the cut rock, you can see the whole East Coast through the window, and it is really, really special. A nice reward for the top of the hike. So we love that, and I know a lot of our clay comes from Chalky Mount as well.
Well, I tell you what, Chelsea is not just a world-class surfer because she's good at surfing. She's also a world-class surfer because she has a bit of the daredevil in her. I drove up the Chalky Mount and I was having a nosebleed. She said she hikes Chalky Mount.
Yes.
Good on her. Good on you, Chelsea, that you get.
No, it's not too scary at all. I love it. It's really a beautiful one, especially to do it at sunrise, because the sunrise on the East Coast, as you would know, is spectacular. So watching the sunrise from the top of Chalky Mount, nothing will beat it.
Absolutely so. All right, Mariah Ramarak has another interview lined up for us, and we throw across to her now. Mariah?
We're going to make an announcement for the top 3.
All right, so with me, 2 very, very proud participants of the 5K. I have Zach and Sebastian. Zach, how was that race for you?
It was pretty hard, but I just pushed through it and I did it.
And I mean, you got a medal, which means you did really well and you completed. How proud are you?
Very proud of myself.
Well, Sebastian likes to talk. So Sebastian, how did you train for this big event?
I ran 2Ks, 5Ks, and a 6K. And the week before this, I rested my legs.
Do you feel as if, one day you'll compete for your country at the big events like these?
Probably, but I hope so.
All right, well, 2 very cute participants with me, Zach and of course Sebastian. They're very happy and of course smiling with their 5K medals. We continue to bring you the very best of the action here in Barbados.
Thank you very much, Mariah. So Sebastian Clark of Chelsea, he is 11 years old, Barbadian, of course you can tell by the accent, and then his friend Zach Gill is also Barbadian, also 11-year-old. So the youngsters are doing a cracking job today.
Wow, fantastic. And they're not just participating, they're actually getting some great times and really representing well. I'm glad to see them.
Tell me about this area. As we see this beautiful shot, this sweeping shot of the picturesque East Coast line, and the area that we're looking at right now.
That is the whole East Coast. We're looking at East Coast Road. And we're seeing Cattle Wash right in the distance. You can see Bashaba as well, all the way to the south point over there. And it is my favorite road on the island. I love to see this shot. And this here, you can tell, it's called the Sleeping Giant.
Yes.
Because it looks like he's, just lying down.
Yes.
That's the head there and the mouth. And that is
rock
one
formation
of,
on the mountain, on the hillside rather. Yes. Sleeping giant. It does look like a sleeping giant.
Yes, it's very cool.
and it's obvious from these pictures that the waves, as we see a babe is chilling and he's not doing the work. Mommy's doing the work.
I know, he's enjoying himself. That is the way to do it.
Yep. As we caught a shot there. Looking at some of the runners in the 10K, that's 2110. That man in the white shirt, that's Neville Seeley. He's Barbadian, 52 years old, and Neville is running strong. At this time of day, it's what now? It's 9 minutes past 5 in the afternoon. Around about what time evening comes at this time of the year on the East Coast of Chelsea? It should get dark by about what time?
It should get, we're right now in December, so it gets dark around 6:30. I think sunset's around 6:05, I believe. So we still have about an hour and 20 minutes of light left, and it is my favorite time of day.
Yep.
I love it down here because the sun goes behind, closer to the west coast, so it's very nice and cool. You get the beautiful pink sky over the water. and it's just a wonderful time.
There are three significant areas on the East Coast as it pertains. Oh, that rock formation in the background.
You can see it perfectly there. Yes, you can see the head right close to the water, and then you just see like a massive sleeping giant head. I love it.
And that's beautiful camera work, because we saw sleeping giant from the other angle, and then we got the reverse angle of the image, and it shows you that it does look like a giant who has, well, he's in permanent rest, it would seem. I was going to ask you about three important landmarks as we look at this competitor. Going to pick up his bib in short order.
2023.
That's 2023. He looks to be a serious runner, you know. That's Alex Ikesa. He impressed us when we were talking off camera. He's Kenyan. He's 39 years old, and he really is going through the gears in this 10K, Chelsea.
I know. I wonder if he's in front, because he looks like he is ready for business.
Yep, right. So I was talking about Joe's River and Joe's River along this East Coast. Joe's River, historic for the fact of the botanical gardens and the fact that it is a unique place in this beautiful island. What, if anything, can you tell us about Joe's River?
Well, I know it's one of our few rivers on the island, and it is, I think for me, one of my favorites, because my family used to stay down at Catawash every August, and so me and my brothers, my friends, we would always wander up Joe's River. I don't think our parents were too happy about it, but right at the end there's actually a little waterfall, and you can see different types of birds. You've got the crabs and all the things that you may not want to see. And then quite recently we built a very historic bridge over Joe's River. They repaired it, and it is spectacular to walk across. If you haven't done it already, I would recommend doing it, because it is a really beautiful spot on the island, and it's part of our trail walk along the train tracks now.
Absolutely. Joe's River, a place that the tourists, well, it's a magnet for visitors, especially those who love nature. Some females in the 10K are coming by the start line. Of course, they wouldn't have completed the course by this point. And some medalists there.
From Canada, represented.
Yep, a multinational field, as you noted earlier. We have people from France, people from the UK. We have runners from Canada. We have the Brits as well. We have the Caribbean strongly represented. We have Jamaica. We have St. Lucia. We have Trinidad and Tobago. Of course, many, many Barbadians here. And you get the feeling, Chelsea, that the Barbadians treat the Run Barbados Marathon as it's almost like a national event. So you have to come out and represent. And even if you're not competing, you're coming as to satisfy your curiosity about what makes this event so multinational, so good.
Oh yes, as Bajans we love to celebrate everything, and so you know you can't just have the run. We also have a lot of food stalls. We have Alison Hines. Yes, we have everything. Okay, so you come for the run but stay for the fun, correct? And we have so much going on. So we know how to put on a party. We know how to put on an event, and there is so much going on. So I'm really looking forward to checking it out after the run as well.
Yep. So all right, we hear that Mariah Ramarak has another interview lined up for us. We're keeping her busy, folks. She's not just here to look pretty. Mariah, are you ready for us? Take it away.
All right, congratulations with me, the winner of the 10K race, Alex Ikesa. Congratulations, you're dripping with sweat.
Thank you so much.
So talk to us about, the preparation that went into winning this 10K.
I would say any person who is aspiring to run, you really got to have goals in preparation towards any event that is ahead of you. So, and that's why I've been preparing for a couple of months back in Kenya for this particular race. Hence, there's a lot of work that one has to endure in this course. So I've done all that. Hence, and that is why I came here today and I won the race.
Well, we want to tell you congratulations, and of course, everybody back Kenya would be so proud of you.
Oh yes, my family in particular will be proud. All my training mates, of course, and all those that are around me and who know me will be so much proud because of this win.
Thank you so much. Take care and best of luck in your next event.
Thank you so much.
All right, now joining me will be the second place winner of the 10K, Joshua. Joshua, congratulations on second place. A lot of work went into this.
I wouldn't say a lot of work went into it. I'm in my current coming back phase from injury. So yes, I did put in some work, but it wasn't like I was getting ready to do like a peak race or a top performance.
How do you deal with injuries?
Patience, it takes a lot of patience. Trust that the physiotherapist and the coach know what they're doing and have faith. And that's what I had to do. I had to dial it back a bit, but coming through good now.
Joshua, I know you came second, but did you have fun?
It was a little bit sweet. The course is not ideal for running, but it would make a good fact. So.
All right, well, I want to thank you so much. Congrats, all your hard work paid off, and I'm looking forward to see you compete in the other events.
Yes, please, tomorrow.
All right, thank you.
All right, thanks.
All right, of course, the participants, the athletes, very, very proud of their achievements, speaking about the importance of preparation. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Mariah. So Alex Ekeza there, he caught her eye before we came on air at Chelsea, and the man went and did it, and very impressive too. What I can tell you, Chelsea, Alex Ekeza wins the 10K today. That man, that Kenyan, is our defending marathon champion from the last time the Run Barbados Marathon was held before COVID in 2019. Back then, he ran the marathon, he won the marathon in 2 hours 30 minutes 2 hours 30.37. So 2 hours 30 minutes and 37 seconds. So he won the marathon in 2019, and he's warming up for this year's marathon by winning this 10K.
No way.
Yes,
what
way.
a warm up. Oh my goodness. He is an incredible man. Wow, how fit.
Yep, so Alex Ekesa, the Kenyan. In fact, the 2 minutes 38 is what World Athletics lists it as. That's his personal best time in the marathon. And he won that decisively in 2019. And no doubt using the 10K as a preparation for tomorrow's big event. And based on how we've seen him trend in this 10K, it would take a brave man or woman to bet against him winning that marathon on Sunday.
Oh yes, he is definitely the one to watch. The one to beat, I should say.
All right, Mariah has another interview. She has the first woman past the post in the 10K. Mariah.
Well, the first female winner of the 10K, Natasha Koda, congratulations. What a run that was.
Thank you so much. It was a lot of fun, and I'm very grateful for the shady course this year.
And you know, Natasha, you're no stranger to this event. I remember you back in 2019. How different was this year for you?
I've actually been to Run Barbados 5 times. This is my 5th time. Obviously, it must be pretty good if I keep coming back. In 2019, I was here with some friends, so it was a little different because we were, chatting a bit. So this time I was solo out there just gritting away. But yeah, it was great. Always nice to be back here.
And you're very pleased with your performance because you walk away with that medal.
Yeah, it's always fun to win.
Well, thank you so much, Natasha. We're going to take back our viewers to the action, and of course, you continue to have fun.
Thank you. Okay.
All right, Mariah. So Natasha Wodak there at Chelsea, a Canadian, 40 years old, besting the field among the women in the 5K.
Incredible. That is awesome.
Natasha Wodak setting the standard, and no doubt she too is using this race as preparation for the marathon on Sunday. She's 5'3" tall, Natasha Wodak, and she competed in the 10,000 meters at the 2015 World Championships in Beijing. She placed 23rd. She is the former Canadian 10,000 meters record holder. December 17 is her birthday, so she'll be 41 a few days from now, and she's giving herself an early birthday present by coming to the Gem of the Caribbean and winning a big event.
Wow, what a way to spend your birthday. What a place to spend your birthday.
Excellent.
Nowhere better.
Nowhere better. So the clock has been running for 42 minutes now in the Run Barbados Marathon. Day 1, we have the 5K walk and the 10K walk. Also a 5K run and a 10K run, beg your pardon. Also a 5K walk that started today. Those are the 3 events listed for today, Saturday. On Sunday, we have some serious events. We have the Morgan Lewis half marathon. Well, the Morgan Lewis full marathon. We have the half marathon. We have the Inferentals Castorina 3K race, the Sleeping Giant 7K race, and the Joes River 5K walk. Tell me what I'm seeing. These pictures, where am I seeing them?
Plain. I think this is where the 10Kers turn around, and it's very close to Long Pond. So we just panned through Belle Plaine, and they're coming back now. And Long Pond, as I've been told by my grandmother, is the best place to bird watch.
Ooh. Are you a bird watcher?
I am.
On occasion.
Low-key, I am. I think my grandmother has made me so. We have so many bird feeders around the house, and she's always come, Chelsea, look at this one, look at this one. So I've been learning a little bit, and I think it's a wonderful place. Long Pond. I've also been out. We drive out there, and we do a little wake surfing behind a truck. We've done that before, and it's just a beautiful place to hang out. Very private and a wonderful, wonderful spot on the East Coast Road.
Yep.
Here we are.
Oh, there we are.
And this is the Sand Dunes restaurant as well. The sponsor.
The green building?
Yes, the sponsor of the 5K.
Yes, the green building in the foreground, the Sand Dunes restaurant. It's sponsoring a race today.
Amazing place to get a fish cutter.
That's what I hear.
And some macaroni pie.
That's what I hear. Yeah. So along the east coast here, viewers, we're talking about 3 parishes along the east coast of Barbados. The largest, of course, being St. Andrew, followed to the south by St. Joseph, and further south by St. John. St. Andrew, the most northern of the 3 east coast parishes, known for its greenery, rolling hills, and stunning scenery. As we look at competitor 2062. Trying to catch his number. Well, she's 2149. She is Helena Hanschel. She's Barbadian. She's 30 years old, and she's competing in the 10K as a few men behind her and several more, so she's doing well in her run, Helena, and let's see where she finishes. Has his music, his phone in hand. Looks like, well, I won't say the phone because they're not sponsoring our broadcast.
Like the energy.
But there you go, 2133. Just give the thumbs up to our cameraman. And that man was Jake Gotham, a Barbadian, 48 years old, Jake.
He's enjoying himself.
Oh, he really is enjoying himself, having a bowl out there in the evening. You say it's a very good time of day for a run. I'm sure in the summers, the heat can become a bit oppressive, but at this time of the year, nice and cool at this time of day.
Oh yes, December is a beautiful month for that, and this is a perfect time to run. You get the beautiful colors in the sky, and the temperatures cool down drastically, and it really helps the runners out.
2035, the man in the white shirt is Rodinald King. He's Barbadian. He's 59 years old,
yes.
Rodinald King. And he's going strong. The man on his inside is wearing bib number 2045.
65.
2065, beg your pardon. Your eyes are sharp, Chelsea. And, well, looks like a 4. Chelsea looks like a 4. It looks like yes.
2? Is it?
It looks like a 4.
Oh dear.
Does it?
No, 65.
65. There's no 2065 on our start list, so he may have come in late, which is why I was leaning on the 4.
Oh no.
It may be even 4. Well, let's tell you who 2045 is. 2045 was well, it's definitely not, because 2045 is Sharon Ryan, woman, and that definitely that was a hulking figure of a man. So yeah, 2065. The thing is this: as we look again at these images, Barbados' east coast is almost like a secret that so many people want to keep. They want to be able to drink it in by themselves. Those of us, those who are generous would want people to come to this area. But when you're in this part of Barbados, Chelsea, it's almost as if the rest of the island doesn't really exist. Like, this is just where paradise is, and nowhere else in the world matters. It has that feel to me as a visitor.
I believe you've hit the nail on the head. Honestly, the community on the East Coast at Katawash and Bashba, it's so special. They don't leave home too often, because why would you?
Yeah.
You have everything there. It is so beautiful. You have the ocean, you have the beautiful fish, you have the fishermen are there, and it really is a special community. It is simple living, and it is wonderful. Very, probably the most untouched, on the island, this East Coast, and it is definitely my favorite. It's a beautiful place.
It's the way nature intended for its gifts and its properties to be treated by humankind. 2135, the man in the green shirt, that's Philip Lewis. He's Barbadian, 49 years old. We talked about him already with his phone in hand and his earbuds in his ear, listening. Oh, talk to me about this sunset now, Chelsea. You must have seen a million of these.
I tell you, and it never gets old. It is phenomenal. And what is the best part about it is that it keeps getting better and better with the colors in the sky, and it goes pink and then orange, and oh, yep, that is beautiful.
This is just outside our commentary point. This is where the marquee for the finish line is. So we've been at it for 48 minutes and a change. That's the clock started when the 5K began. The 10K began shortly after. This woman, 2137, is her bib number. Eagle-eyed Chelsea agrees. That's Adeline Lamorelle. She is Barbadian, 36 years old.
Yeah,
and she looks strong, Adeline.
She does. She's got a good pace on her, and she looks like she's enjoying herself too.
All right, this gentleman has dispensed with his shirt. He
Oh,
wants
a
to
big
drink
smile on
it.
his
This is Scott Oran. Scott is 64 years old.
Oh, yes. He is enjoying himself. Look at that.
Yep.
Wow, keeping very, very fit.
Yeah, the salute to the cameras, and Adeline is closing him down, but Scott won't mind. He's just out there enjoying himself. Adeline is closing in. She has him in the crosshairs, and I'm sure that he's her target. This is how you actually do marathon running at Chelsea. I was a sprinter myself for a short time in high school.
Okay.
Not long enough for my liking, but academics came first. It was a time when you had to prioritize. It's not like no, you're encouraged to do the track and field and do academics as well. But what I know is that the marathon, you set small targets. You target groups, you target individuals, and then you go along and you try to see how far up you can get, how many people, how many groups you can pass. Mariah Ramarak, a Trinidadian, a proud one, has one of her countrymen with her, and it's time for that interview. Mariah?
All right, so Joel Amming, the Iceman from Trinidad and Tobago, you did tell me you would complete the race. Mission accomplished.
Oh yeah, most definitely. It was a rough one. The road was a little bumpy in some parts. Also the terrain was a bit steep in some parts as well too. But nonetheless, not a personal best, but I'm still glad that I clocked a pretty good time.
And I know you said that, you recently found this love for this sport. So do you see yourself continuing?
Oh yeah, for sure. The bucket list is to complete maybe a half marathon and then a full one at some point in time.
Anything you want to say to the Trinis that are locked on to SportsMax that didn't take part in the Run Barbados Marathon?
Yeah, I encourage you all to come down next year. It's a good one. Not only is it a race, as you can see, you come for the run, stay for the fun. So I believe there's going to have lots of entertainment and all that other stuff after. So yeah, definitely a good destination to hit.
Well, he's a Trini. He loves to party. I'm going to leave you to enjoy the fun. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Joel there, he's known as the Iceman from Trinidad and Tobago.
The sleeping giant in the background, now the foreground as our drone makes its way down Barbados' east coast. It is absolutely picturesque, this view is. And I say picturesque because picturesque means picture-like. For those of you who are interested in the etymology of your words, picturesque entered the English language in the 1600s, coming from the French word pittoresque, which itself came from the Latin word pittoresco, and it's used to describe something that has unique qualities. And the east coast of Barbados, by any way you slice that word, whether the adjective or the noun, or however you modify it, the east coast of Barbados is an absolutely picturesque part of the world. It is a gift. And you talk about the road conditions as we look at the road surface there, not the usual even billiard table smooth road surface that you will see in many parts of the world, but those parts of the world where you'll see those billiard table smooth roadways, Chelsea, are built environments that a lot of man-made a lot of work by man has gone into to fix this, to fix that, to make it look good. This is just natural. This is rugged. This is unspoiled. This is how nature intended this place to look.
Oh yes, that's the best adjectives for the East Coast. Rugged. Rugged is the best, and it's just beautiful the way it is, We have the West Coast, which is beautiful and kept really well and pristine. But you just come to the East Coast and it's rugged and it's a little bit wild in the ocean.
Yes.
And adventurous is what I like to say.
Absolutely so. Look at that. Look at that shot. That's a fantastic shot. We need to.
She got him.
Adeline has
She got him.
leaped in front.
And I think it's really interesting what you said about setting small targets.
Yes.
And setting small goals, because that relates also as an athlete and as a surfer. We have to do that ourselves. Even though competitive surfing is so different to being a marathon runner, I can relate to it because in a heat, when I'm in the water in the ocean, I have 30 minutes to beat my 3 competitors. But what I tell myself is, okay, just catch a good wave, one step at a time. And instead of being overwhelmed maybe by all of the great people in the event with me, I just have to say, Chelsea, catch one wave, do your best surfing. And one time, my sports psychologist, we were speaking about a big event with some pretty heavy lifters of competitors. And she's like, Chelsea, how do you eat an elephant? Just one bite at a time. You know, you can't look at the whole task. Sometimes it might psych you out if you look at the whole marathon and the big route that you have to run. But if you say one foot in step in front of the other, let's get to that next person, let's get to that next person, you can do it. You really can do anything that way, just one step at a time. So I love that you said that.
Excellent. Does it ever get cold on the East Coast? Because I'm looking at the shape, the lay of the land and the sea and the breeze coming off the Atlantic and everything. So this time of year, early January, perhaps for the entire month of January, is it ever cold down here?
Well, I think if you ask our Canadian friends,
they'll say no.
They will say
nowhere is cold for them. Nowhere is
not.
cold for them.
But if you ask a Bajan,
yes,
it does get chilly. and I honestly, when those December mornings come, those January, February, I come out on my patio and I've got my blanket with me or my scarf because it does get chilly. But I love it.
Yes.
Because my coffee tastes better when it's a little chilly in the morning.
There you go. Yeah. So 54 minutes, the clock has been running 4. We already have a winner of the men's 10K, Alex Ikesa from Kenya, the outstanding Kenyan, who was the Run Barbados Marathon champion in 2019. This man, looking powerful, it is running 2098. We're going to tell you who he is. That gentleman is Richard Suku. He's a Barbadian, 33 years old. And Richard looks as if he has the juice in the legs to complete the course in good shape. 2076, collecting his medal now. And taking a breather. That was J.P. Clark, a Barbadian, 35 years old, who came through. And I'll tell you about the prizes in short order. It's more than the prize though, because the $2,000 or $4,000 that the various winners get, I mean, it's something, yes, but it's just about mastering the course, running and beating some good runners, competing and doing your best, whether you win or lose. That's the self-gratification. So the cash prize, Chelsea, I would suggest, is more like a token for these runners, given the arduous nature of competing a 10K course or a marathon course for that matter.
Oh yes, definitely just a bonus. I have a few friends actually doing some of these events and they've been training for quite a while, and they've said it's the best thing that they've decided to do. Some of them are just honestly first-time runners doing this 5K race, but they've got themselves on a really good, healthy program and nice training. They're doing it 2 to 3 times a week. They're running, and I saw a few friends before the race. They had the jitters, but I know that they're going to feel so good when they pass that finish line. They said, yes, I put my mind to something, I trained for it, and I did it, and it is going to be great. Just passing the finish line, there's no better feeling, you know, getting the medal. If you get some money, that's definitely a bonus. That's a wonderful thing as well. But doing this for your health and for your mind is wonderful.
All right, let's tell you who these are. 222.
Awesome. That's the best feeling.
Oh yes. And just saw 2 Colombians coming through. We told you that it is indeed a multinational field. 2075. She just put her medal on. That was Aronda Morris from Barbados, 36 years old, and she came through, finished the course. That's an accomplishment for her. This lady, we've been keeping our eye on her for some time. That's 2149, Chelsea, on the bib. Helena Hanschel, yes, we spoke about her as well already. Helena, at 30, seems to be in a good rhythm, and you say that
close to the finish line.
Yeah, you say that there aren't, that there are major differences, of course, between surfing and running, but I can't think of any sport where a groove and getting into a rhythm is not important, and that's a similarity that surfing and running share, I'm sure.
Absolutely. In surfing, I believe you have to be in rhythm with the ocean, in rhythm with the waves, and sometimes I can paddle out on a day at Soup Bowl here on the east coast of Barbados, and I'm in the perfect rhythm. It's like the waves are coming to me, and I catch a great wave, I ride it well, I paddle back out, and then there's another one right there for me, and I'm in a great rhythm. And then sometimes you paddle out and you just seem to be in the wrong spot all the time. The waves are everywhere but where you are, and that's when you just have to reset.
This woman, 2078, 59 years old, Dina Price from Great Britain coming through. There's Patrice White, the Jamaican in the red, all red coming through as well. So we're getting more competitors. We're going to stay with the finish line for a while.
And I love to see all the spectators and supporters on the side of the road, giving them the extra oomph to get through the finish line.
2042 was already best from Barbados coming through in the 10K. 2098, 10K finisher as well. That was Richard Suku finishing on 2152. She looks winded, but she's done. Baina Richards, Great Britain, 35 years old. Gentleman, oh yes. 2174, he's done. 2125 come through as well, along with 2295. 2174, James Edgehill. And mission accomplished for 2126. That was Haley Lloyd from Barbados, 28 years old, coming through. And this man, taking his time, he's lonely, nobody can pip him for the place that is due to him.
In his own rhythm. Yes.
5112. Looks like a lady. 5112. Let me check if this is the 5K. Yes, it is. 5112 Chelsea is Ruth Monroe Smith at 86 years old. That was our oldest competitor at 86 years old. Ruth Monroe Fraser from the United States. Well, from Trinidad and Tobago, beg your pardon.
Okay.
Trinidad and Tobago, 86 years old, born in 1936, and she has completed the 5K course, and she did so in under an hour. That is an outstanding achievement because fit beginners in their prime, this is the average time it takes to complete a 5K. Experienced runners do so in about 45 minutes. Beginners between, say, under 24 years old take about an hour. For an 86-year-old rather, to take under an hour to complete a 5K course, that's fantastic. That's the performance of the day for me, Chelsea.
Awe-inspiring. That is incredible. Well, something for us to aim towards.
Absolutely. we have goals.
Let's start training from now.
We have goals. Our friend just completed the 10K course, 2172. Scott Oran. He just finished.
And Helena is coming up to the finish line now.
Yes, Helena is coming through, yes. So pretty soon she'll be breaking that imaginary tape. Helena Hanschel, the Barbadian, staying with her just for a moment, 30 years old. And she is within reach. We're going to see her now. So run Barbados Marathon as the shadows lengthen here on Barbados' east coast. Chelsea says around about 6 it should be there. Here comes Helena in an hour, 1 minute and 20 seconds.
Fantastic.
Hers is an accomplishment. She has completed the course. Can't get over though. Our 86-year-old, the oldest competitor in any event on this Saturday card for Run Barbados Marathon weekend. And I'm sure Mariah Ramarak is lining up an interview with her. And I'm certain Mariah will be calling on me shortly to tell me that she has that interview lined up. Insofar as the prizes are concerned, I can tell you more about that. Run Barbados. Chelsea, the winners of the 5K run, $500 Barbados dollars each. For the 10K, $800 Barbados dollars each, and there's a $600 second place prize, a $300 third place prize. The more serious money is for the, well, all finishers get a plaque, they get a medal as well. And there's $1,200 for, well, $4,000 for the marathon. $4,000 for the marathon, $3,000 for second, and $2,000 for third. The winners of the marathon, men and women, $4,000 each. And yeah, all right. So Mariah has, does she have that interview that I've been prompting her to get? Let's go back to Mariah Ramarak, who's outside.
And he is third place.
All right, with me, fellow trainee George Goswell. George, thanks for that. Goswell, how are you enjoying your time here in Barbados?
Well, I'm enjoying it pretty well. Came in Tuesday, do a training run Friday morning with me and my friend Elvis Turner. And so far we're loving it, but the course is pretty bad.
Yeah, Gospel, do you think that, more events like this should be held, maybe back home in Trinidad too? Because it's such a good time. People are enjoying themselves.
Sure. Agreed with what you said. I think we should have more races with a lot more event like the half marathon, the marathon, the 10K, like a one weekend like what Barbados straight. I think will motivate us as runners to be more effective in our running than we have to be searching for races in other countries. But we're loving it here so far. It's my 3rd year attending this Run Barbados.
Well, Gospel, I hope that you continue to enjoy your time, and I'm wishing you best of luck in the other events.
Thanks. I will be doing the half marathon in the morning. Well, place 4th in the 10K today. Thank God for that.
All right, Trini representation here in Barbados at the Run Barbados Marathon. We continue to bring you the very best. Let's head back to the action.
42-year-old Goswell George, the Trinidadian there, completing the 10K course. And although he complained about an aspect of the course, Chelsea, what we can be certain that he has issues with the road condition, the uneven surface. So if you pave that and invite him back next year, I'm sure he'll be happy to be a part of the field, because he also said good things about the Run Barbados Marathon, that this is his 3rd time competing. So it must be an event that he loves.
Definitely, there's a lot of positives, definitely more than the negative of the road. And I'm sure even if we don't get the road fixed, he'll be back anyway, because there's so much to enjoy about Barbados.
Absolutely so, and I'm certain the BTMI, as we see. All right, let's cut that short and go outside for another presentation. And Mariah Ramarak is handling that bit of it for us. All right, we seem to have mixed the cues there. So that was the 5K presentation. Yes, our 16-year-old champion, the Bajan, standing tall, literally and figuratively, over the 5K field. An awesome achievement. And yeah, Layla McIntyre's name is being called, our 11-year-old special youngster. One of the youngest in the 5K field. And she is being called to the presentation area by the Master of Ceremonies. All right, so the 5K female overall winner. We're going to get some shots up for you very shortly. So, a fantastic day of competition here today. Chelsea. And the youngest 5K runner, Galahad Richards, the Barbadian, 8 years old. 8 years old. I hear Mariah has that interview for us.
Yes.
Well, there she is,
That's with Corey from the BTMI. Wow.
Yep.
That's Layla, right? Layla McIntyre, our 11-year-old.
I'm looking at the bib number. I'm trying to find the bib number. It says 50. Well, yes, that would be Layla. That would be Layla.
Congratulations to you, Victoria.
5004. That would be Layla McIntyre. Yes, getting a special award. And then we have. We're trying to speak to our 86-year-old from Trinidad and Tobago. That's the one on my mind. That's a cue I've been listening for. That's what our team is working to get.
Lisa Marie Smith.
At the presentation area. And it's a fair reward for, well, not fair reward, very good reward for a hard afternoon's work on a very, very picturesque piece of terra firma. I hear that we should go back to Mariah Ramarak now. Let's go, Mariah.
All right, so while I was here, waiting on the participants, the winners to come to me for their interviews, Christian came up to me and he said, Mariah, I'm pretty sure I'm the youngest 10K runner today, and, he wants to be on SportsMax. So, Christian, congratulations.
Thank you.
How was the overall experience for you?
It was fun, a bit tiring, but yeah, overall it was a good time.
How do you feel though, being such a youngster, taking part in an event against some adults as well?
I feel good. I feel very exhausted, but yeah.
How do you plan to celebrate your achievement today?
Sleeping.
Christian says he's going to be sleeping. So Christian, best of luck in what you decide to do next, and congrats because it's a big deal.
Thank you so much.
Christian there, of course, a very, very brave participant today, saying that he's definitely sure he had to be the youngest 10K participant.
From Canada.
I tell you what, at 2120, Charles Bertrand, Christian must be his pet name, he's 13 years old. And he is indeed the youngest. We did say that earlier at Chelsea, that there were 4 teenagers in the 10K field, a 13-year-old, a 15-year-old, a 16-year-old, and an 18-year-old, and then 5, 70 and older. At 13, the man is right. He is, well, he was the youngest in the 10K field. And to have completed the course is an outstanding achievement at this age of his physical development. And of course, if he's pursuing an athletic career at this stage of his athletic career.
It is very fantastic at that young age.
So they
something for our youngsters to inspire to.
More for some. Yeah, and she's enjoying a chocolate bar, competitor 2124. We can tell you that that's Natasha Wodak.
Well earned.
Yeah, the Canadian, and that's exactly what I was going to say. After completing the course in the manner that she did, 2124, Natasha, you are welcome to have as many chocolate bars as you want this evening, and she is awaiting on her medal. And at the presentation stage.
I guess that tells you that balance is everything, correct?
Yes, indeed. Yes,
and
indeed.
now after running the 5K and the 10K, everyone can come down and enjoy the food and maybe a bit of rum and a bit of Frosty's ice cream as well.
Yes, Chelsea said maybe a bit of rum. These Bajans love their rum, and if you run enough, you can drink a reasonable amount of rum. And again, Chelsea, it's all about balance. We just saw a drone shot there, and the thing about it was the contrast, because where we are, it's dark, but just outside of that, just on the coast itself, we're on the beach, you can see that there's light, almost natural light, still keeping its presence strong. And it's like the contrast for me. This is a fantastic image.
It is. It definitely is.
So we are at the sweet part of the day's proceedings. From the perspective of the competitors, they get their reward for their toil.
The top 3 females.
Yep.
10K. Fantastic.
Corey Garrett, the man from the BTMI, that's Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc. He's been busy handing out the gift bags. And Natasha not letting go of her chocolate bar. She grabs her gift bag and her certificate with one hand. And,
priorities.
Yes, priorities. Corey with the trillion watt light, a trillion watt smile, lighting up the image as well as he does his bit. So yeah, we are at that stage where we're almost done with the day's proceedings here on Barbados' East Coast. We return tomorrow. And I know that you aren't billed to be here tomorrow, Chelsea, but it would be my honor if you could pass through and share some of your local knowledge of this scenic and picturesque part of BIM. And of course, your knowledge about sport in general. And just the vibe that you emit from your position as a color analyst for the Run Barbados Marathon 2020.
Oh, thank you so much. I won't be too far away. I'll be just over the hill in Bashva at Soup Bowl, because we've got some of the best surfers in the world actually on island at the moment, because we've got one of the best swells in years at our famous Soup Bowl. So I think I'll be there from dawn till dusk, but I will come out and check it out for sure, because I do have a few friends in the half marathon.
Yes.
And I would like to see some of those same faces we saw today.
Yes, and you've made
get
new
it on
friends
the
today
marathon.
inside the SportsMax commentary booth. Mariah Ramarak as the winner of our 12 and under category. Let's go, Mariah.
Well, I'm so happy to be standing with Charles Wynn, because the first thing he said to me is, "Oh my God, I watch you guys." Charles Wynn, congratulations on winning the under 12 category. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling really nice. It's my first time. Well, thank you.
And how did you prepare? Because you're young and you're going up against these adults who would have been training for a long time.
Yeah, well, ran other 5Ks before and ran them as hard as possible.
Anybody in your family runs? How did you find this love for running?
Well, my dad ran, so I just kind of followed him.
Anything you want to say to your friends who are watching you, or maybe your family?
I would like to say, put in the work. You can be whatever you want to be. Just put in the work.
Well, thank you so much, Charles Wynn, and best of luck.
Thank you.
Charles Wood, born in 2010, 12-year-olds. Remember I told you at the start, Chelsea, that the 5K had 1 7-year-old, 2 8-year-olds, 7 11-year-olds, a 10-year-old, and a 12-year-old. Well, Charles is that 12-year-old, and he won that. The oldest man in that child category won the category, and he seems like a bright chap.
Oh, an excellent message for all of us. You know, with the right work, you can achieve anything you want to, and I love that. I think he's got a bright future ahead of him.
Excellent. All right, so with this image this image presented to us, light in the middle, light above, the shadow and the silhouette cast by the hills in the background. It's a good shot to leave you with as we wrap today's opening day of the 2-day run Barbados Marathon Carnival for 2022, sponsored of course by SportsMax. We are the title sponsors of this event. It's been a great day of competition. You know, I don't throw that word around, but it is and has been, well, it was a great day of competition. Great company. I was with Chelsea Tuak. Barbados is outstanding surfer, one of the best in the North American region, ranked high on the list of best surfers in this region. You can find her for the moment at number 3. She's go higher, fret not, and she's ably been the co-pilot for this broadcast. Along with the team, a crack team here, made up of CARICOM representation. I want to say thank you for your support, for watching us, and we promise that tomorrow's climactic day, the final day, where the marathon and the half marathon will be contested, we will give you courage worthy of this fantastic event. So, George Davis on behalf of the team saying good evening.
So Carly Robinson first.